Today we're talking about getting creative. I know that it's been really hard lately to find your creative energy and to find a reason or an inspiration to get creative, but today I'm going to be sharing with you 9 different ways that you can get into your creative zone. So the first one that I want to discuss is cleaning your work area. So for me, I'm unable to physically do anything until I have a clean workspace. Working from home, sometimes it's really difficult. You might have a full sink of dishes, you might have laundry to do, a messy bedroom, messy living room, depending on if you have children, you might have kids' things everywhere. So the one thing that I would say is make sure at least your workspace is clean. I don't want to tell you that you have to clean your entire house to be productive or to be creative, but just I would just say to make sure that your workspace is at least clear. So whether that means piling up some of the papers, wiping it down, maybe dusting a little bit depending on when's the last time you used that space, just making sure that you have a clean, focused mind so you can kind of get that creative juice flowing. The second one would be is spending time outside. So I know at the moment we definitely are limited to going outside, but take at least 1 or 2 times per day to go outside, whether that's right when you wake up, maybe take your morning coffee or tea, go out on the balcony, go for a walk around the block, just get some fresh air. You never know what you might see on the street or that might come up in nature that will make you feel a bit more creative that day. The third one is listening to music. So I find listening to music to be very therapeutic. Depending on my mood, it depends on what kind of genre I'm feeling that day. Sometimes I'm feeling some gangster hip hop. Other days I want some cool, calm, ocean sound, something maybe that's a little bit more calming and relaxing. Or I like to throw it back, get some 90s pop, Britney Spears, something that kind of gets me in a fun, happy mood. So I would say finding music that gets you in that creative zone and gets you feeling happy. The fourth one would be to drink water. So staying hydrated throughout the day is really important. I know most of us start the day with coffee or tea, and that's completely fine. I know nowadays I'm having at least 2 coffee or 3 a day. So having water beside you in between those drinks is really important. We all know that magic number of 8, so making sure you're getting those 8 cups a day just to kind of clear your head, make sure that you're not dehydrated. I know for myself personally, I've been dealing with a lot of migraines lately, so ensuring that you're having that hydration is really important to make sure that you're getting that creativity out. Number 5 is getting in the zone. So making sure you're freeing yourself from distraction. So I know working from home, there are tons of distractions, whether it's the TV, your children, your spouse that's working from home as well. Maybe it's the constant emails that are going off on your phone and laptop. It could also be Instagram, social media. So just finding a way to not be around those distractions. So either turning off your Wi-Fi, which would be really hard to do, but maybe that's something you need to do to get the distractions away. Maybe only checking your emails a few times a day, maybe once in the morning and maybe once at night. And also finding other ways that you can kind of take away those distractions. The 6th one is finding the best time when you are productive. So for me, I find that I'm most productive either midday, late at night, and on the average day, early in the morning. So just finding what day and what time is best for you and not apologizing for that. So if you wake up and you find that you're ready to go, you're feeling really creative, really motivated, use that time. Don't worry about cleaning up. Don't worry about all the other things that you feel like you have to do. Just use that creative time and use it when you feel that you're the most productive. Number 7 is to make sure that you're rewarding yourself. So if you've just done, 2 hours of reading or writing or phone calls or cleaning up or whatever you were doing that you felt was work, make sure you reward yourself. So some of the ways that I like to reward myself is maybe I will take, half an hour, sometimes 2 hours to watch one of my favorite shows. I also will take maybe an hour or so to FaceTime with friends and family. I also will use that time to maybe make an elaborate meal or have an amazing cocktail. So just taking that time to reward yourself, it's gonna make you feel a lot more productive, a lot more creative. It's gonna get those creative juices flowing because you're not punishing yourself, you're not overworking yourself. Number 8 is finding time for inspiration. So some ways that I like to find inspiration is reading different books on people that I admire. I also like to scroll through different Instagram accounts that I can get inspiration from, as well as number 2, finding time to spend outside. So I find a lot of inspiration when I go out in my own backyard. I'm very lucky to live near the ocean and near mountains, so just walking down the street and checking those out gives me a lot of inspiration. So find different ways that bring out that inspiration and creativity for you. Number 9 is to collect happy things or happy messages. So one thing that I really like to do with my business is I've been very lucky to get a lot of really great reviews, a lot of great feedback. I do get messages from friends and family from time to time, and I try and keep all of these messages and all of this feedback in one folder. So when I'm having these down days, I can look on them. If you're like me and sometimes you feel like you're a fraud or you feel like, you're not worthy or you have trouble remembering the reasons why you're doing what you're doing, having these notes and having these little folders are really great reminders to kind of hit you back into reality and say, hey, no, you're actually doing really well. You're doing a great job. You have tons of friends and family who are supporting you. So keeping these small happy messages are a really great way to keep that motivation up and keep yourself from being creative. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that these little tips gave you some extra bits of creativity and that you can feel more productive at home.